Just a flashback. This is a picture of a Berkshire boar from Marcus, Iowa in 1897. Actually, it's a drawing of that boar. And I thought, wow, how we've changed pigs. But then again, this is a Berkshire, and so there's not a lot of difference from 1897. So, this is a project that actually Dale's been working on for a long time. And I got involved with it last year. And so it was Carson County, Colorado originally. You can see it's out there on the eastern plains. And it's flat and treeless. The state tree of that part of Colorado is a telephone pole. And so there's nothing to stop anything out there, but there's no pigs out there either. And so it really lends itself to a project such as this. So we were sitting around the table last fall sometime. Well, where could PERS come from out here? And one of them was, potentially the 4-H pig, because it's an active county. It's got a great county extension agent, and so there's quite a few 4-H pigs in there. And so we decided to move ahead with trying to find these pigs and find out what their status is. And more about that later. But you can see that we have begun to map them. The extension agent suggested that Cheyenne County, Cheyenne County down here south of it would be also a good county to pull into the project, but there's just been no participation from them so far. We've just haven't had an opportunity to get in there. I am in contact with the extension agent there. We're going to try to map those sites, even though they didn't participate in the program. So you can see 60 by 66, those two counties, population around 10,000, and so it's a land of very few people, especially that Cheyenne County area. Demographics, the one producer that has went out into that area, chose that area because it had no pigs, is up to about 15,000 sows now. He has 2 8,000 head nursery sites, 3 800 head finishing sites, dedicated truck wash, 1 dedicated feed mill, and there's approximately, we think, 40 to 50 sites with 4-H projects. So this is going back a few years, but Hog and Pig-Inventory from 2002, and you can see that area. North of there's a few pigs and some pigs, and south, of course, down in that Lamar area, there's pigs as well. But nothing right there in that area of Colorado, those two county areas. You can kind of see the dot there that was probably the one producer there. So this map was just in Feedstuffs a couple weeks ago, and they rerun it occasionally. And so I narrowed down on Colorado to look, and I thought, this can't be right. Well, then you read the fine print, and somehow the statistics of this is that it's number of hogs per tillable acre. And I noticed that out here they actually showed more pigs in western Colorado than there are in eastern Colorado. And so that's what counts for. There's no tillable acres out here, whereas this is all pretty much irrigated, deep well irrigated ground, and corn, wheat, some rotational. So again, there's our map and those two counties. So I've also got some great help from Enrique on mapping some of those 4-H pig sites on ArcView. This was actually off of MS Streets and Trips. Just really handy to go in here and flag those sites. And you can see we've got some major roads. Interstate 80 comes out here and juts down to 76. 70 runs right through Burlington, Colorado. And then 385 is kind of the main north-south highway, two-lane highway in eastern Colorado. And so there's potential for some pig traffic coming from the northeast area of Colorado and potentially from the south. So where do these pigs go? There's certainly Kit Carson County, and I would assume if there was any pigs in Cheyenne County that they are net exporters other than the 4-H pigs. And so we've got a plan down at Guyman, and then, of course, the pigs moving to St. Joe, potentially farmland in Crete, and then Madison, and the other ones that I've mentioned as well. The piglets from here, the winged pigs, all go to east, either to Nebraska, Iowa, or Kansas. And so why does this project make sense? Well, there is good local leadership from the producer. The Kit Carson Extension agent has been involved with, of course, he's part of Colorado State, and then facilitation by BI. BI has really stepped up to the plate and brought the team to bear and brought the resources to help this along. So we've got a highly dedicated, highly motivated producer with a real positive public image in the community, and so people want to cooperate, and so that led to, I think, success with our 4-H program. Producer controls all the transportation and feed. They're all dedicated trucks. He's got internal trucks and external trucks and his own truck wash he controls, and so that's a big benefit for this area. And then the producer utilizes internal multiplication, so no live animal introductions for over 5 years, and maybe longer than that. He does bring in fresh semen, and but that's the only outside influence, to bring in a direct introduction of virus. The advantages: there's few pigs entering this region from first positive or unknown herds. Most pigs leave the county as weaners, and low pig density for greater than 40 miles. So there's relatively few exhibition pigs, and there is a willingness to cooperate. So we started out with the idea that there might be 180 pigs that showed up to the county fair, but I'm really beginning to think that that was probably an overestimation of what is actually there. The challenges and unknowns still. We really need a project to look at the transport of market hogs, especially through that region. And I know there's been communication with the owner of the production company, with other production companies, asking them to please not utilize that Highway 385, but we don't know. Some of the people on the sites say, well, we still see trucks on the road with pigs, livestock trailers and stuff. And so it's a project. BI's got a nice array of interns, and so it's one of the projects we've thought of here this spring is to utilize one of them or two of them to actually set on the highway and take pictures and really count trucks. And actually, Jim has agreed to do it as long as I supply him with bush light. Lots of it. The question came up about feral swine. I've got the map of the feral swine in the region, and we just haven't. I mean, the people out there said when we first started building out here, there were some feral swine north of town, up along a lake and a river, but it was a long ways north, and nobody has seen any evidence of feral swine in that area since then. The local vets, actually one of them there in Burlington is 80 plus years old, and just haven't ever had an interest in pigs, and so that's a little bit of a challenge. You don't have anybody right there to deal with the project. The terrain is flat and treeless, as I mentioned before. There are exhibition pigs, and production company has a history of virus introduction from unknown sources in the prior 5 years as well. So that gives us some pause. There's the feral swine population in 2004 map of it. You can see there's no green anywhere in that region. But if you're in Texas, I'd say that's going to be a challenge. I was surprised with the California map as well. So the project goals were to determine location and health status of 4-H pigs in Kit Carson and Cheyenne counties. And as mentioned, we didn't get any out of Cheyenne County yet. I'm still hopeful that we'll get hooked up and at least find out where those pigs are. So we wanted to gather data on the origins and sources of pigs, educate the 4-H'ers on biosecurity. It was a great opportunity to do that, build goodwill and relationships in the local community, and build awareness of the importance of to the success of projects. So the educational program, we did that as we introduced the concept, and we used a Pork Board and ASV publication called The Champion's Guide to Biosecurity, and just turned it into a PowerPoint, plus we handed out those pamphlets just as a nice take-home message. We created a trifold brochure describing the project. Actually, Aaron, we caught a lot of that from Deanna, so you'll recognize some of that stuff. But it really helped us promote that program. We didn't get as many signed up at those at the meetings that we did. We did a direct mailing, the county extension direct mail to everybody he thought was a swine project. So we helped the county extension agent then with their youth quality assurance workshop. and that gave us exposure to another round of potential 4-H'ers. There was our trifold brochure. It's not in order, but basically it goes through and explains what we're trying to do and what we were going to offer them in exchange for feeding their pigs. And so those were handed out directly and in direct mail. So all youth received a Change the Game T-shirt. We wanted to offer something as an incentive for them to sign up. And we didn't limit to the ones that said no. There were some parents, one parent that said, I just don't know, And so we gave our kids T-shirts too, and just went on down the road. But we were able to map where their pigs exist. So then BI stepped up and said, as a further incentive to doing this, we'll offer them Circus and Microplex vaccine at the same time that we bleed the pigs. And so I administered that, or a student that was with me administered it as we bled the pigs. And we really used this as a biosecurity teaching lesson at each site. I mean, we booted up, we coveralled up, washed the equipment, all that stuff, to demonstrate to them that we were committed to biosecurity as well. And then we completed a survey on each project, and the initial serum samples were collected in late April and early May, just before the deadline for having their pigs. This is the youth guide to the exhibition, Biosecurity in Your Pig Project. Really well done, very good. 4-H project survey, we collected contact information, of course, parents' name, phone numbers, where the pigs were housed, sources and vaccination history if they knew it. Very few did. Number of shows and exhibitions planned on attending, and we were kind of put it back. One father said, well, we're going to try to make 5 jackpot shows and the county fair, and then if the pigs are good enough, we'll take them on to state fair. So 7 exhibitions from that one exhibitor. We recorded whether swine were on the premises, the nearest pigs to the project site also. We just thought we might find some pigs that we didn't know about by asking that question. Generally, they referenced each other, though, so it was good. The results so far, we got 25 sites and 80 pigs sampled. And, statistically, if there were actually 160 pigs, we're still, probably a pretty good statistical sample of what's moving into the county. So for 2 ELISA positives, one of those was just barely positive. One of them was striking, and that went along with the 1 PCR positive. No SIV titers of any kind, and there were just a smattering of pigs with MHIO ELISA positives. The next steps, we want to continue to intensely monitor PRRS program within the production company sites. I can't overstress that enough, that knowing the exact time or as close to possible when something bad happens helps head off a problem that could potentially be a lot worse. We want to continue to do the ADRAP assessments on those sites and follow that along. Those work really well as educational tools as well. And every time this production company has had a break, it's an opportunity to learn what went wrong and redo the ADRAP and was there something that we were just missing in the past? We want to define and characterize the livestock transport in the area, thanks to Jordan, and so we really want to know what's going down the road. Are there really stock trucks, and how many? And it might help us, close one more hole in our biosecurity. Refine the PRRS herd plans, continuous improvement in monitoring and biosecurity protocols, and further reduce risk of new introductions. Locate all exhibition sites, regardless of whether they participated or not. It's well within reason that we can do that with the help of the extension agent. He's a longtime resident of Carson County, and I tell you, I could put him up for extension agent of the year. The guy is he's awesome. We wanted to resample the exhibition pigs then prior to slaughter. Thanks to the PI interns, we're going to get that done. And so with the help of the extension agent, he said, listen, we'll release the pigs at 10 o'clock on Friday night after the show is over. And he said, we'll have all the pigs that are on the truck to go to slaughter. You guys, they're no longer owned by the 4-H'ers. They're owned by the packer. And so if they give you the permission, we'll give you permission to go in there and bleed those pigs. And so we should be able to capture some data on the pigs that we didn't have a first bleed on, as well as have a paired serum sample on the other pigs. Future, expand the project to neighboring counties within the western corridor of Colorado, or within the western corridor of the pig hog belt, really. And using the project as a model, help others establish mark and elimination projects in their in other areas. Repeat the 4-H Biosecurity Project with the goal of extending participation. And Al, we also thought about giving some kind of a prize money, offering it as an incentive if their pig tests negative to begin with and tests negative at the fair. It's just another incentive we might get, might help with participation. So I have to thank the BI-PERS Area Solutions team, everybody involved, Gail, JP, Enrique, and all the other professional services vets within BI, because they all have an input on this project. Amber has pretty much done the brochure and helped out with some of the plans. And then, of course, the BI summer returns, which, really the work's just begun. I've often said that if this project doesn't work, I'm not certain there's going to be one that will, because it's just, things are set up to where the stars are aligned. And if we can't do it here, I know damn sure we're not going to do it for Craig Bowles in around Carroll, Iowa, because there just aren't a lot of pigs out here.